Okay, now we're good. So if you want to just, share your story in case people don't know it, and just introduce yourself.
Hi, you guys, Presidential Time and team. How does it freaking feel? You guys have such an awesome leader. I mean, she's just freaking insane. I'm so proud of you guys for hitting Prez. Like, that is such a huge accomplishment. You have no idea. And I feel super honored that you guys want me on tonight. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Taylor Kaufmann. I'm a presidential diamond here in the Midwest. I'm living currently in Missouri, about to move to South Carolina. So life is a little crazy right now. We're moving across the country. Just bought a house, which is awesome, that we've never seen before. So that's cool. But yeah, so I got started about 6 years ago, and I was in nursing school. I was working 2 waitressing jobs and just kind of wanted to lose weight. Honestly, I wanted to try the products out. I had lots of credit card debt, student loan debt. So obviously homegirl was broke, and I was obviously going to reap the benefits of any income I could make, but I didn't really have like long-term vision for this company. And I definitely didn't think I'd still be here 6 years later. I went ruby in 3 months, diamond in 8 months, double diamond in 2 years, and then triple and Prez were, I think, my 3.5 year mark in, and I have been pushing for ambassador for the past 2 years. And I know that we're hitting it this year, so I feel super excited and grateful about that. You guys, I've been in this business through so many like different ups and downs in my life, like working, doing this as a student full time, doing this working as a nurse full time. Obviously, I'm retired now, which is amazing just to be able to have my own time. I brought my husband home from his 9 to 5 as well. So we do this business full time together, and it's just given us so much opportunity to pay off debt. Like we just bought our first house with this business, so that's super exciting. And I just love this company so much. And this is my longest career, honestly. Like, I've never had a job for more than 2 years, like the same job, and it's crazy that I'm still here 6 years later. So that's a little bit about me.
I love that. And I'll be totally honest, I thought you were already ambassador just because you're so freaking good at this. Like you're honestly, like, there are not many people that I really follow just because I pour everything into my team. Like, I'm not one of those that really looks left or right, like, ever. But you're one of the very few people that like really do get my attention because you're just so good at this and just so inspiring. So again, I appreciate you so much for being here.
Sure.
And your main platform is Instagram, right? Is that where you work most?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually built to diamond. Back in the day, host to post was not a thing, and I went diamond solely cold messaging on Instagram.
That's so cool. Okay, so walk us through, like, how is the main way you get distributors on Instagram? What do you do?
So I do it all. Okay. I am posting to my Instagram. I probably only post to my wall like, I don't know, once a day. I'm not posting to that platform multiple times like Facebook, but I make sure I share my story a couple times a week on my main page. And then I'm sharing my story every single day on my actual story. And I think the one thing that attracts distributors to me is just through my video content. I'm constantly like on there, like bopping around, like videotaping myself, just talking about objections. Like, if you ever like don't know what to talk about on video, I'll literally just hop on there and be like, oh my gosh, I've been talking to so many of you guys that want to get started with me, but you're afraid you don't have the time. And I'll just kind of talk through some of those objections on video. And I feel like some of those potentials that I've been talking to, they keep seeing those video contents. And I think that's something that attracts people to me. And I'm always directing people to my link in my bio. And I'll be honest, more times than not, people aren't messaging me on Instagram for information. They're clicking that link because every time I do a live video on there or a video in my story, I'm always saying, click the link in my bio. Once you hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, you can actually have the swipe up. So I always am adding that link to my story so people can just click it and, get information on the application. But I think video for sure, and reels on Instagram is where a lot of my distributors come from.
Okay, so how often do you do reels?
I was trying to do like one reel and one TikTok a day every day. I definitely have fallen off, but I try to do at least like 5 or 6 a week. And so that's about one a day. And I also message for distributors. So I know some of you guys might like hate messaging and cold messaging or whatever, but I'm all about exposure. Okay. I put myself out there all the time. I throw this out there all the time. And honestly, I can share some of my scripts with you guys. I'm totally cool with that. but I either will send like a direct message basically saying like, hey girl, happy Monday. I just was scrolling across your page. You have like the best energy. I don't know if you've ever thought about working on social media, but I think you'd be so good at what I do. Can I send you info? Basically, that's what my message says. Or sometimes I just send people like a positive vibe message where I'm just like, hey girl, happy Monday. Just sending positivity your way. Hope you have a great day. And then they reply back and they're like, thank you. And then I might say something like, it's been so good to connect with you. I don't know if you've ever thought about working online, but I think you totally crush like what I do. Have you ever thought about, doing something on social? And so just getting in those conversations, and even when you're messaging those people, they're going to go click on your story. They're going to go creep out your page. They're going to be like, who is this person? And so I message probably 30 people a day on Instagram for just the business opportunity.
Okay, I love that. So then for customers, do you message for that too? Or how do you get customers on there?
Yes. So most of my customers on Instagram actually come from my stories. So I'm constantly doing polls without the actual product. So for instance, I'll get a Pinterest background picture or even just like a colored background, and I'll do like multiple polls back to back just to get engagement and interactive. And so the first one might be like something silly like, I don't know, Oreos or Chips Ahoy. And then the next one I'll put like coffee or tea. And then the next one I'll do facial wipes or cleansing gel. Like I just do random ones like that. But the ones that I'm doing kind of geared towards the products when they vote on it. So let's say they voted on the facial poll or the facial pad poll. I might message them and say, hey girl, I saw you voted that you use facial pads. I don't know if you've ever thought about like changing up your routine, but I have an awesome illuminating pad, just to get in conversation, right? So they're engaging on my poll or the coffee or tea one, and I'm just messaging them and saying, hey, I saw you like this. Would you be interested in being a reviewer for me? And so it's a little bit less like, here's the product, but it's very just like, here's an engagement poll and I'm going to message you if you vote on it type thing.
That's so good. Like I'm like sitting here mind blown. Like I never even thought of doing it that way. That's so good. Okay, so in a day, what would your like non-negotiables be then? So you're doing your stories all the time, you're doing your videos. What else would you say is like absolutely non-negotiable?
Definitely. So stories, posting to Instagram, growing my market like crazy on Instagram, doing lots of messaging. So I even message for brand reviewers too. I just dropped one of my like influencer one that's kind of like, I'll do the other one too. Let me send you a one for customers too. I like to send this one on Instagram a lot. It just says, hey, I hope you're having a great day. Just wanted to reach out and let you know I love your profile and I've loved following you on here. You have the best energy. I was curious if you would like to be a brand reviewer for me. I think you would love what we have. Can I send you more info? So this is the one that I send out. I try to send like 20 of these out on Instagram. Obviously engagement on Instagram is huge too. I'm engaging on stories. I'm engaging on their profiles as I'm messaging them, but especially stories. I love engaging on stories because it puts you right in their inbox. And so if you're asking a question about their story, they're going to respond in the messenger to your question. And then you can just keep it going. Like I just try to keep the conversation going. I'm always asking questions to get to know them. So if they respond back and reply to my question, I might then ask them like, where are you from? What do you do for work? Or, how many kids do you have? I noticed you have a couple kids. Just trying to like get into like lifestyle questions. And then once you get talking about work, it's super simple to throw in there and talk about what you do for work and then seeing if they would want more info. So asking questions on stories is like my jam. I have a lot of conversations just through people doing that. So engagement is huge.
Nice. Oh my gosh, that's so good. And one thing you're also like really good at is like attracting people naturally to follow you. Could you maybe touch on like how you do that and how you grow your network?
Yes. So I think authenticity is so important. And I know that we get so inspired by different people in the business. Like I followed Alyssa Marie when I first started. I just like wanted to be like her. So whenever she was posting, I was posting. Like that's just how I learned, right? We follow the people that we want their life. And so we're going to do what they do. But it's so important to understand that like you add value to your audience, and there's something that the world needs that you have that Alyssa doesn't have, or that Caitlin doesn't have. And so I think figuring out who is the people that I want to really connect with and what value can I give people. For me, it's nursing. You know, I connect with other nurses. I can help with nursing burnout. I can help people with NCLEX, people that are studying to take their nursing tests. And so I share on Instagram specifically tips on taking the test, and tips on being a nurse, and tips on getting through nursing school. I'm adding value to people that I can relate to. And so figuring out like, what is it that I'm good at? What is it that I can add value to people? And I want to start showing up in that form and producing that content consistently. Because I think especially if you want to start building on Instagram, figuring out like, what's the community that I want to like start targeting, and how can I keep showing up consistently so people know what to expect when they go to my page. Because I think Instagram is a little bit different than Facebook. You want to have like, it's almost like small communities on there, you know, and people will come to your page because they know you're always posting fitness, or you're always posting food recipes, or you're always posting tips about whatever. And so I think kind of getting specific on like what makes you you, and keep sharing that and showing up really authentically. And obviously showing your life too. You know, it doesn't always have to be picture perfect, especially on your story. Like, show yourself without makeup, show your kids, show your messy house, like be a real human. And I think people can relate to that, and they'll feel more just easily being able to talk to you better, I guess. But I will say the links is what I think has helped me so much, just directing people to that link. I get so many people that will just text me from Instagram from that link. And if you guys have ever heard of, what's it called? TapLink. It's kind of like Milkshake or Linktree. I like TapLink a whole lot better, just because people can text you from there. It just puts it in their inbox to send you a message. And so I get so many messages, even just about coffee samples, through directing people to my TapLink.
I love that. Do you go like follow people every day as well, or do you only like organically bring in followers?
Yeah, I follow people every day. I'm searching mostly nurses. So I'll search like nursing pages or scrub brands, or I'll search, you know, nursing schools, and I'll find people that are liking those pages, and I just mass follow. I probably follow 100 people. I have like 4 Instagram accounts. Okay. So if you ever see like multiple accounts of mine, they're not spam, they're not fake. I just run like 4 Instagram accounts, and they all say Taylor Kaufmann. So I'm following 100 people a day on each account, and I'm messaging at least like 30 about the business opportunity, and at least 20 about the customer brand reviewers. And you'd be surprised, like so many people on Instagram, like they like getting messages like that. I know for me, even if I get a message from like a brand and they want me to do like a review or buy their product and get 10% off, like I feel like, oh dang, they want me to rep their brand. Like it makes me feel good when I get those messages. So I know when I'm sending out these messages and it's coming from like a genuine heart, these people, even if they're not interested, almost every time I'm reaching out to them, they're like, oh my gosh, thank you for the compliment. That's so sweet. Like I'm not interested. Or, you know, they'll want more information. And then I think even just planting that seed, like I had a girl, I had messaged a similar message like that business one, and I planted the seed and she didn't respond, but she read it and she watched me for 2 years. And she just joined my team last month. And she told me, she was like, girl, after you messaged me, I literally stalked your profile for 2 years. She's like, I can't believe it took me so long to say yes, but she joined my team. And so just know that when you're planting those seeds, you're legit getting exposure to your page, and those people, like, they're going to start watching you, they're going to start following you, and then they might be interested later. So I'm huge on messaging.
I love that. So with messaging so many people, how do you keep everything organized, like your potentials, all of that?
Yeah, so I'm a pen and paper girl, so I have to like write things down. I will say though too, on Instagram specifically, because the inbox is kind of crazy. You can easily lose accounts, especially if they change their username. Like you're screwed. You're never going to find their profile again. So I have a collection on Instagram. You can actually create a saved collection, and I have one for PLCs, PDTs, and then host to post people. And anytime someone tells me they're interested in the business, I go to their profile, I'll save one of their like recent posts to that collection. So that way on Follow Up Friday, I go to my collections on Instagram and I'm going through all of those profiles, engaging with them, following up with them, building that connections with them. And then for host to post, anytime someone is host to posting for me on Instagram, I'm saving one of their profile pictures to that collection. So that way I can go back and make sure I've extended the business opportunity to all of those people that have hosted a post for me.
Oh my gosh. I feel like my mind is full because I never thought of that ever. Like I just write down their usernames and I can't even tell you how many times I'm like, okay, this person doesn't exist anymore. This is awkward. And then they're just gone forever.
Yeah. But
Okay.
with messaging, I will say really quick. So I'm huge on numbers. Okay. I can't just like say, I think I sent 30. Like I have to know that I sent 30. So I send messages in 10. So I'll do 10 at a time. And usually I bounce back and forth between Instagram and Facebook so I don't get blocked. So I'll send 10 on Instagram and then 10 on Facebook and then 10 on Instagram and then 10 on Facebook. And so I'm marking, like making tallies on my like sheet. And then as I mark or as I send 10 messages, I'm just marking it off. So I know I've sent 10. And I even write out like on my little to-do list, it has like 30 DT messages. And so I'm just marking it off as I go. So that way I know I'm actually getting out the messages in the amounts that I want to get out. So that's kind of how I keep track of that.
That's so good. Oh my gosh. You're just so good at this. Okay. One other one that's kind of off topic, but when you do bring people in, how are you starting them and how are you developing like leaders? I guess that's two separate questions. How do you start your distributors?
Yeah. So, couple things. I have obviously a boards app that's like a 7-day launch for a new distributor. So that way it kind of takes the pressure off. What do I send them? You know, it has all that content ready. But the first thing I do is I ask them some questions to get to know their goals, get to know like what type of income they're really looking to make, why they want this business. Because if you can figure out what motivates someone, you're going to be able to help them along the way in the business. Because so often we're like, how do I motivate my team? No one wants this, but it's like, do you know what motivates them? Because sometimes it's not money that motivates them, but maybe it's getting their kids braces. Like that's what's going to motivate them. So asking those questions up front is so important. So I asked them, you know, their goals. I walk them through eSuite really quick, and then I have them make their first post. Their first post, I usually, it's a post that I kind of have written out that just kind of says like, I'm so excited. I partnered with my friend Taylor. You know, she's a retired nurse and she does this business full time, and I'm excited to try the products out. Comment below if you have any of these goals, and it just has like weight loss, hair growth, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of people will get people that will comment an emoji, and I kind of just help them through their first couple conversations. And I do a lot of like 3-way chats with the people that I'm launching to. So that way they can see how I'm talking to people, and then they can use that as references too for later. But, you know, we have Telegram chats for like posting content, and, you know, just keeping in touch with people, I think daily is so important, and really just holding their hand that first week, and then making sure you're teaching them where to find the right resources. So that way, you know, when you're not necessarily holding their hand, they know where to go to find posts, and they know where to go to find the message examples and stuff. And, you know, getting them set up on boards is important, and just getting face to face with them. I think where people lose people is the connection. If you're not connecting with people, they're going to be out in a second. Like, so unless you like really know them, you know, but if they're someone you met off Instagram and you've never talked to them on the phone, or you've never done a FaceTime, like it's hard to build rapport with that person. And then they're going to easily feel like they can step away if there's no connection or relationship or friendship there. So I think building friendships with your new distributors is like really key. And I try to get them, you know, at least on a phone call within their first couple of days. So that way we can really like connect, and I can get to know their life, and, you know, figuring out, are they married? Do they have kids? What's their schedule like? Because I think what people need specifically in the business is they need us to help them kind of figure out when they have the time to fit this in. And so just asking them what their schedule looks like, and giving them, you know, ideas of, oh, so, you know, if you get an hour lunch break, like that's a really good time you could sit and add new friends and get a post up or reply to people, and just helping them kind of plan out their day through what their life looks like, and then how to incorporate this into it. As far as like emerging leaders, I think helping, so like if I'm helping like someone go diamond, and I'm placing on their chart and they're enrolling as well, or even just like a ruby, either way, I obviously will start kind of like a little side chat with those people that are a part of that downline, And I'm going to empower that person that's in that ruby spot or in that diamond spot. And I'm going to talk to her on the side, like via texting. And I'm going to say, here today, I would love for you to go put in, some posting ideas in your team chat, or, put in a video in there for your team, for your team. So it's taking like the extra mile to like explain to that person what they should be doing in their team chat, and letting them do it and empowering them to go find the stuff to put into it. Because obviously it would be easier for me to just send all the content and, lead the chat, but taking the time to explain to them like, hey, these are the important things that you should be doing every day, and kind of coaching them through that, and then holding them accountable to doing that. Is kind of how I start building that leadership with emerging leaders, is empowering them with the chats.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. I love that so much. And just to clarify something that really stuck with me. So when they post their starting post and you start that like three-way chat, are you sending the potential all the information and they kind of just watch, or are you like telling them on the side what to say?
I'm telling them on the side.
Oh, okay. So then they're the ones actually doing it, but okay, that makes sense. I love that. And I feel like we recently switched, because I used to do those posts too, but then we started just doing a TFX one right away. And sometimes they get comments, but then you get a lot of people that are like, well, like, I don't even know what you're doing. Like, it's just kind of out of nowhere. Yeah. So I love that you said that. That's good.
And then day 2 is when we go into like host a post. And so on their second day of training, that's when I give them a giveaway post. And it basically is one that says like, I've collaborated with a couple people, we're giving back this month. And I kind of coach them through host to post on day 2. And that's all we're focusing. Every day of their first 7 days, I'm giving them a post for their wall, post for their stories, and then a message challenge. So that way they're getting in conversations. They have that guide of, hey, let's go send this out to your active friends, or hey, let's go send this out to people that have viewed your story, and like giving them just like direction. And I'm always one of those people that it's like, let me know after you do this, and then we'll do the next thing. Because I think it's easy to like overload distributors, and it's like, do this, this, and this, and this, this, and this, and do this, this, and this. And then they're looking at this long list of texts and they're like, nope, I'm not doing any of it. That looks confusing. A confused mind says no. And so I just do step by step. After you post your story, let me know, and then I'll give you your message challenge. Perfect. You did your message challenge. Here, let's get a post up on your wall. Let me know after you got it up. Perfect. And I'm just kind of like coaching them through it step by step.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Oh my God. Okay, we only have like a couple left, so we will wrap it up right away because I don't want to wait too much of your time. But so let's say somebody comes in and they have no network. How do you just get right into host to post and focus on that then? Or how would you tell them to like quickly start growing that?
So I would have them definitely post about the giveaway, and then message every single person on your friends list to post about the giveaway for you. Because if you can have other people post about the giveaway, and maybe your friend Sarah has 5,000 friends, you're going to easily start building your network just because your other friends are posting about the giveaway for you. And then you're going to be adding all those people and messaging all those people. So definitely posting about the giveaway helps really expand market.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I love that. And we had a lot of people wondering, because I used this book that I bought from you. So we had so many people being like, okay, well, how do I get these? Can you like explain to everybody where they can order these?
Yeah. So if you're on the Gold Digger Influencer Instagram page, I run that and I post content to it every day I created that space, honestly, because I had a ton of Instagram distributors that didn't have Facebook, and I wanted a way for them to get content and to have like community there. So if you're on that page, just message me and I can send you over the info. Basically, I bought like a binding machine and I'm making notebooks. This is just kind of like the process for me launching my planner. I've always wanted to launch a planner, and I'm going to be launching like an actual smaller planner, spiral planner, hardback planner. And so these were just kind of things that I started doing for my newbies, like incentives and team giveaways and stuff. And then tons of people were like, okay, I want these. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to make them. My husband helps me make them. But it's fun for us to do. And so just message me on there. I can help you.
Oh my gosh. And I just wanted to thank you for that as well, because like so many people on our team use that page. Like the stories are so good, and like just all your content is so good, and you're amazing for just being willing to share it and be so open about it. So thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the last one I had, and then that's it, would just be, what would you say to somebody that come in, especially with these huge bonuses right now? What would be the main thing that you would just want to leave people with on just how to take it to the top just as quickly as they can.
You guys, the people that win in this business are the people that talk to the most people and the people that follow up the most. That's literally it. Okay. So if you want to go diamond, talk to 100 plus people a day, minimum. Okay. 100 plus people a day, 100 new conversations a day, and then follow up every day. Okay. I'm not one of those people that I only follow up on Friday. I'm following up every single day. And what that looks like for me is I'm scrolling back through my inbox and I'm reaching out to people I haven't talked to in months or I haven't talked to in weeks. I'm catching up with them. I might ask them to host a post. I'm just following up and staying in touch with the people that are interested. So if you can have lots of conversations and just follow up like crazy, you're going to find your people and you're going to find the people that want this, that want the products. And I think the biggest thing is if you're going for these promotions, your mind has to already be there. You have to start acting like a diamond. You got to start working like a diamond before you go diamond. I think so often we're waiting for the promotion, but like we have to already be that person. Just like Caitlin said, she thought I was an ambassador. That's because I run my business like an ambassador. I show up like an ambassador. I work like an ambassador. I host Zooms like an ambassador. And so you have to show up as the person that you're striving to be, as that diamond, as that double. Are you working like one? Is your mindset there? Are you growing yourself every day? That's the biggest piece of this is mindset. Do you believe you can do it? Do you have that grit in you that's not going to give up when things happen, when roadblocks come, because they're going to come. Charts might fall apart, people might quit, but are you going to keep getting back up on the horse? Those are the people that win in this business. The people that refuse to stay down when they fall down, and the people that just keep getting back up, running towards where they're going. You will get there eventually. It might not be on your timing, but my God, keep getting back up and know what you want and know where you're going, because you will get there eventually, you guys. Like, you will freaking get there eventually. Those are the people that win in this business, the ones that just keep freaking going and know what they want.
Oh my gosh, I just got goosebumps. Well, thank you so much. I don't have any other questions, so I think that's it, unless anybody else has really last minute ones that you can ask super quick. But yeah, honestly, that was just so good. And thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to pour into us. We appreciate it so much. And I know, like, I'm not kidding. People freaked out when I told them you were coming on Zoom. Like, our team just loves you. So
you guys are awesome. I can't wait to see you go ambassador. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. It's so crazy to say that that's the next step. Like, we're going to the top of the company.
I know. And you guys will. You will get it done.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't wait to see you go ambassador because you deserve it. You're amazing. And thank you so, so, so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good night, guys.